Hello and welcome to a live demonstration of the Octagon dashboard. The dashboard that you're looking at is a dummy. The data within this dashboard is for illustrative purposes only, but we'll show you exactly how an Octagon design dashboard can help sponsors track and manage their sponsorship investments. Quickly on the first tab here called Business Impact, you'll see two key sections. The first is an ROI analysis with a summary at the bottom, showing the total return on investment for this particular sponsorship, being the Australian Open and ANZ Bank. And on the right, you'll see an ROO analysis, which is a summary of the key objectives and then a status score, either being red for below, yellow for on target, or green for above target. The weighting to the right is able to be dynamically changed, as you can see here. As business objectives change and things become more or less important, you can change the weightings in real time, and as a result, you'll see the total ROO score at the bottom here will update to give you a running total of how you're tracking against specific objectives. If we move to the media and brand section, in this area, we're looking at tracking live research data that's coming in from the field during the event, tracking both sponsorship awareness and top of mind awareness, and we can track that against multiple factors. So we can look, for example, at fans, non-fans, in this case possibly customers of the bank and non-customers of the bank, and then we can rerun that same data. So it shows us the general population being the blue line, and then the other metrics being measured for top of mind awareness over the period of the event. We can also look at a quick snapshot of the paid media investment and the reach of that investment during the period. In brand positioning, the bank in this instance was looking at three key metrics that they wanted to move from a brand positioning point of view. That being seen as a bank who are easy, empowering and insightful. Again, same sort of measures here. We can look at those who are aware of the Australian Open sponsorship, those who are unaware, and the general population, and obviously be looking for key differences between aware and unaware and general pop during a sponsorship period. Purchase intention data, again coming from live surveys running in market before, during and after the event, and then effective recognition of the advertising. So we can look at the different levels of advertising recognition of the execution of the campaign. If we look at sponsorship health, this is where the client is able to track the appeal of their hospitality being used. In this case, it's predominantly B2B hospitality. It looks at the number of people who are invited to attend things like corporate suites and special events, those who actually attended and those who declined year on year with an aggregate. And then more importantly, we can look at the quality. So we can look at priority 1, who are ranked as C-suite and key decision makers, priority 2, who are mid-level, and priority 3, who are non-decision makers like assistant PAs and non-decision making clients. And then we can also look at how the sponsorship is appealing to those attendees and non-attendees. And then importantly for the bank, they were keen to measure things like client to staff ratio to make sure that they had enough staff on hand, but not too many. And then for their metrics for their gender equality measurements, they wanted to see, make sure they maintained an appropriate male to female ratio. And as a result of these numbers, we can also generate a cost per touch for hospitality in this case. And then finally, some data on local engagements. So we provided information that comes from the media tracking agency that the bank uses that measures the total number of PR clips generated off the back of the sponsorship, and also local branch opportunities for promotion, so for things like appearances by their ambassador, Novak Djokovic. We can also look at staff engagement, so the activity to run promoting the Australian Open involvement for ANZ staff specifically, through things like activities within their headquarter building in Melbourne and promotional competition entries. And then finally, we can also track over various periods of time throughout the event, traffic to the bank's Twitter page, traffic to their Facebook page, and traffic specifically to the tennis section of their website. I hope this was informative and look forward to working with you in the future.